If you got low back pain from disc herniations or bulges, stop all the leg exercises you're doing now and replace them with these 4 that I'm gonna show you here today. Now today we're just talking about leg exercises that are safe for people like you, but if you want the full picture of how to build the perfect back-friendly workout that includes your whole body, grab my free guide. You can go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training, or in the description of this video, you'll see a link to it. That link will take you to the guide that will map out exactly the way you should be programming, building out, and picking exercises for your perfect back-friendly workout. From the core exercises, from the order of the exercises, and the essential modifications you need to be doing if you want to train pain-free. Just go to the link in the description or go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. Now, if you don't want these exercises to cause more pain, make your herniation or bulge worse, listen to what I'm about to tell you. If you've been in pain for years, you've tried everything, you've done a lot of different things for your low back, and exercise maybe causes pain down the road, maybe a couple hours or maybe days after a workout, your body has a flare-up or it has more pain, odds are what you're dealing with is an oversensitive pain system, a central nervous system driven issue. So there's no bad exercises. Now, what I'm gonna be teaching you is safe exercises, but there's no bad exercises. What's happening is you're applying exercise to an oversensitive, overguarded pain system, your central nervous system. The longer that you've been in pain for, the more your central nervous system drives the symptoms and the pain that you experience. Research and science tells us that. So what I want you to understand about going into these exercises is listen to how I coach them. Listen to the instructions, listen to the keywords that I use around creating safety, around relaxing your low back and doing these things and focusing primarily on doing them slow, doing them gentle. That is the secret sauce to applying these exercises to a chronic back pain situation. There's nothing magic about them, but how we apply them and the education and knowledge behind the application is what's gonna change your life. Let's jump into the gym. First exercise are called supported step-ups, okay? Key thing is support. Second key thing is how high you're stepping up onto. Third key thing is the weight that you're using. I say start with body weight. Have a support broomstick. I got a PVC pipe here. This is a bend, a box. You can adjust it to make it higher. You can't adjust to make it lower. So if you have like a bench that's lower than this or a curb or something simple, depending on your pain, adjust it to where you feel safe and comfortable. The goal with this is to be able to not create an environment in your body where it's scared, overprotective, and guarded. That's the key thing. So when you start to do certain exercises, like stepping up, and we're like, oh no, is this gonna hurt our back? We tend to kind of clam up and get super, super tight. So the goal with this is to have some stability and then do the exercise and be safe, okay? So how we're gonna do this, I've got a step up here, I've got this. I would be either holding weight on this side or vice versa, whatever works better for you. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lean into this step up. So if you saw me from the side, I'm gonna lean into, my back is tall, I'm leaning and I'm really trying to load this weight up. And I'm going to drive up. And as I come down, I'm going to slowly come down. So there's no jarring. If, again, this is too high for you, if you have to jump into it, then it's too high. So you want to be able to slowly lean forward, drive, come up, and then come down, okay? So the goal with this, again, is you're doing both sides of the body, obviously one leg and the other leg, is to start light on your weight, be super controlled with how you're transitioning into being loaded, and I'm coming down nice and slow. I'm being mindful of having a gentle brace in the abs, but not overprotective, overguarded, over-contracted muscles is a recipe for pain. Exercise 2, the glute bridge. Let's break this down. Where we're trying to feel this activation is in our glutes. So you want to adjust your feet accordingly, kind of play around with how far away you are from your butt to really make sure you're activating the glutes. To do this, what I like to cue is activate first and then drive from the heels. So I want you to really emphasize and squeeze in these glutes as hard as you can. What we're not trying to do is come way up here and try to overarch our low back, because you're gonna get to a point in that arch where your glutes are gonna stop being so contracted or the dominant mover, and your low back is gonna now start to extend and push your belly towards the ceiling. That is what we don't wanna do. We're trying to calm the low back down. So to do this, we're going to first engage the glutes so we know what that feels like. They're nice and hard. and I'm going to drive, just to the point where I can actually still contract my glutes as hard as possible. And I can actually take my focus on my back muscles and get them to relax, okay? So this principle, what I call melt before you move, it's this idea that if you can focus on relaxing, melting certain muscles that are actually over contracted and contract the correct ones, your body gets back in balance and your brain gets back on board with saying, hey, we might have herniations, bulges, ruptures, whatever we have, but we don't have to overprotect the low back. And that's what we're trying to teach our brain right now. So we're going to contract the glutes. We're going to drive, over contract. I'm relaxing that low back at the same time. Let those muscles release as much as possible as I contract. I'm going to hold this. You can do it for 3, 5, 10, 15 seconds. Come on back down. Goal with coming back down is going super slow. And an extra bonus tip for you as you're coming down, if you want to round a little bit, think about you're trying to roll your spine down one vertebrae at a time before you get to the flat part of the floor. Then take a breath. So contract, we're gonna lift, and as we're coming down, I'm gonna go chest, thoracic spine first, a little more thoracic, getting into the lumbar spine. And I'm slowly, like a wave, trying to lower my low back nice and gentle while I relax those muscles. Third exercise is the rear foot elevated split squat. I like to do, and when I ruptured my disc and had a lot of pain, I wanted to train legs, but do it safely as my body kind of recovered and let go of the fear and guarding. You really want to try to do single leg work. That's the theme of what we're doing here. So with this exercise, we're going to continue that single leg work. And we're gonna do a rear elevated version of kind of like a static lunge. And what you're gonna do, have a bench. You can use the box that you use if you have one, bench, a couch, whatever you have access to. You can use the stability, the stick, whatever you have. You don't have to use this. I'm kind of going with this theme because the goal here, the mantra I want you to kind of be talking about is stability, safety, and letting go, not being so guarded and protected while I'm doing these exercises, okay? So I'm here. I'm gonna step out. You will have to adjust. Once you're in it and you go down, you'll have to adjust. I have this foam roller here for a very specific reason. I'm gonna show you what that reason is here in a second. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand up nice and tall. You're gonna feel a little bit of a hip flexor stretch here on that back leg. And essentially I'm going to drop back and bring that knee towards that foam roller or back towards the floor, okay? I've got my stability here. I'm going to drop. And I'm only gonna come down to the point where my feet or my knee is hitting that foam roller, okay? What happens is if you go too low, let's say I didn't have this foam roller here, and I went all the way down here, this might be way too low for some people, maybe for you. And when you're like, ooh, and you kind of catch and you try to get back up and you twinge and bam, now you're creating a lot of micro movements that are causing more irritation to your already inflamed low back, okay? So I'm gonna show you again. Have my foot flat on the bench. The top of my foot is flat on the bench. I'm gonna kind of get a feel for where it's at, adjust. I'll have my weight on this side here, my stability here, and I'm going to keep that weight close to my body, drop my knee back, touch that foam roller, see my front leg, the angles here, and I'm gonna drive back up. So this back leg is really just acting as a kickstand. All the work is happening here in the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, driving up, okay? Key thing with that is watch your depth, go slow, and make sure if you need to have some stability, do that. Fourth and final exercise is a supported goblet squat, okay? What this essentially is doing is teaching spinal safety. So you are loading the spine, you have some weight here, starting light, just doing body weight if you have to, or if you're more advanced, you can grab half of your body weight. Whatever you're at, this is what I want you to do. So I have a bench here, if you can see, okay, that bench is at a good height for me. You can adjust it if you need higher, you can do that. Add a foam roller to it where you're stacking it like this, and bam, now you don't have to go down as low if you're still kind of fearful or having sensitivity below that depth. You can increase the height so you're actually stopping before you get too low. What we're gonna do is grab our weight, grab our bench, hold it as close as we can to the body. So I'm here. Okay, I'm going to brace my abs, okay, I'm keeping everything nice and neutral, what's comfortable for me. And essentially all I'm doing is just coming down into this goblet squat, and I'm coming to the point where my butt touches this seat. Some of you might just like to tap it and come back up. Come down, tap it, and come back up. Some of you might like to come down, deload, or let go and actually sit and relax for a second, and then slowly engage and come back up. Whatever works for you, right? If it doesn't hurt, then do it, it's fine. Coming back, touch the butt on the seat, come back forward. Back, touch the butt on the seat, come back forward. I'll show you from this side here. Goblet squatting, coming down, touching the butt on the seat, come back forward. I personally like to keep everything where it was when I touch down. Even if I relax, I try to keep it where it was and then come back forward, okay? Key thing with this is to, again, we're trying to teach spinal safety. As you're trying to build strength, get back into exercise, the most important thing that your brain feels is, okay, I can do this, I'm not causing damage, I'm not causing more pain or irritation. Best thing to do is adjust the rep sets, the frequency, the volume, but more importantly, how much weight you're using. Build confidence, build slow. You'll be back to training legs hard in no time.
Everybody put your hands up, let's party. Everybody bounce with me, some champagne.